In this episode, we will discover how not to do diplomacy. We will learn the importance of not pissing everyone off too. So sit back, enjoy, and let's begin. Day 601. I get a strange notification that there's deep dissatisfaction with one of my colonies, so I lowered their tax rates. Day 603. Built another opium farm for hospital usage and for exports. And oh yeah, a vegetable farm too. The very next day, another woodcutter and weaver was added. I was also in the process of relocating a lot of woodcutters in order to get more buildable area around the main warehouse for better proximity. Upon completion on day 605, I then added a new waterfront with a road for more gentrification. Day 608. I added another weaver, as I plan to mass produce embassy points through gifting my rapidly expanding list of neighbours some carpets, I guess. Day 610. A small herb farm with the pathetically small amount of land I had left. Then a ration maker the next day. Then on day 612, I expanded tool and metal production to be used on more future farmland, physicians and industry. Day 614. I unlocked the school, meaning I could use indoctrination to very slowly increase the efficiency and skills of my workers in industry, not research, as setting teaching to education was heavily disliked by my population, so I chose indoctrination. Day 615, added another library and a cow pasture. Then on day 618, I had nothing to do, and added some housing in the hopes of improving proximity to some of my farmland. Day 619, another hospital was added. Day 622, another hatchery was built. And on day 625, I added some more torches in the hopes that it would improve my lore and happiness. Day 626, my troops were taking forever to train up, so I added yet another training ground. The next day, the second embassy was built. Day 631, I unlocked the tax collector on the tech tree, allowing me to place down a new building in one of my regions to gain an additional 3.3% tax from all of my regions. Very nice. Day 633, I tried to increase everyone's opinion by donating embassy points so that they wouldn't invade me, as I planned to topple one of the nearby empires on the map that was in my way. Day 634, I received a notification telling me my civilians had found something. Out of curiosity, of course, I accepted and found out this would make a lot of my population go missing, but in return I'd receive a 10% bonus to everything in my city. A great sacrifice, but at what cost? Oh yeah, I had also decided to invade one of my closest empires at the time. I thought that I had enough embassy points to prevent a world war, but later on you will see that this is entirely wrong. The fight was easy and I quickly took control of their capital city. Only then later I realized this meant that their colonies would turn into free cities, so I had to create armies to capture them as well. I also placed down a tax collector as mentioned earlier, because of the greedy bastard I was. Because of this action, many of my neighbours started getting mad, and as I had just trolled one of their allies, I declined of course, due to insufficient funds. Oh yeah, Sri also asked me for some reparations too, which I could not afford. Day 635, I had another fight with one of the free cities and quickly won and took control, expanding my colonized empire. Day 636, I tried to see how much opinion I could get from my largest neighbor in the efforts that they wouldn't declare war on me, but unfortunately I couldn't do that much. Oh well, glad I had a save as file, just as a backup. Day 637, from looking at most of my neighbors' opinion ratings, they were also negative, meaning the likelihood of a world war was going to break out. Day 638. Finally, I took one of the last remaining free cities, for tax purposes only. I also placed down a school in this region, as this gave a 3.3% boost to all productivity in colonial industries. Day 639. In the efforts of preventing the coalition of the willing from forming, I desperately tried to spend my newly generated embassy points at raising opinion. Unfortunately, on day 641, this didn't work, and all of my neighbours declared war on me. Apart from one, I was in deep shit now. Immediately I scrambled to prepare for a peace deal, still clinging to the hope I would get away with taking out one of the nearby empires. But my opinion rating was still so low, I could do nothing about it. Sooner or later, on day 640, I was attacked by 3 in a surprise attack, and with this guerrilla warfare, I proudly nay-nayed over their corpses thanks to my overpowered mercenaries. The same could not be said for day 601 though, as the largest empire in the region had over 2,000 troops willing to defeat me, and they did. This is the largest issue preventing my further expansion of the empire. Already existing massive empires which make it impossible for you to do anything about it, and I wish Jake fixed it. God damn it, god damn it. Oh well. The fight lasted a day, but unfortunately my kiting archers couldn't make it out alive, and I lost the region because of it. Day 643. The troops stationed in some of my regions were so weak, and I had already taken another defeat because of this massive pig empire. Finally, on day 644, the largest nation proposed I handed over 2 regions in reparations and a lot of my supplies, which I stubbornly refused. This was a mistake, but it was only gonna go downhill from here, just you wait. The next day, I had also managed to take over one of my enemies, so haha, got him. On day 646, the same could not be said, as when I was transporting my troops to attack Novik, I encountered a surprise attack and was defeated instantaneously. Day 648, another defeat, another region lost, and over this time period I pretty much lost all of my regions apart from one. Day 651, I did something strange and freed all of my war captives in the hopes that this would offset all the losses in the battle, but this didn't work. Eventually, on day 652, I saw I had basically lost all of my regions and went back into the save file to learn from my mistakes and start again. To rebuild the Amevian Reich, of course. No affiliation with, you know, the German one, but if you know, you know. I didn't record any of the boring stuff, as it was literally me just expanding opinion and population over time. Nothing much happened, apart from me capturing another free land that was far away. I guess to kind of tax more lever, as they had decent pastoral lands apparently, even though they weren't located in any fertile regions. This red terror from the east would be a massive pain in the backside to take out, so my first plan was to capture all of the smaller empires first, while bowing down to the larger one that was to the east. I would have to donate a lot of embassy points over time, meaning that in future episodes I'd have to embassy max my entire city in order to get away with conquering the world. So on day 685, I placed down some more housing as I waited. I had also built another warehouse to store more food in the southern pastures and farms, as the amount of food attracted more immigrants into the city, and that's what I basically did. As yeah, I didn't record this, it wasn't that important in my opinion, it was just waiting and gradually expanding leather production. Day 687, I extended the canals further south as I was running out of nearby farmland. Day 688, I built a new water pump as well to keep up with this farming and pastoral demand. Day 689, another Globlian pasture was built. Day 693, I let more immigrants in as I waited for a siege of another free city to finish. This would inevitably increase the amount of leather I could use. Day 694, another vegetable farm, and you probably know why. Day 697, for future happiness boosts, I decided to start producing alcohol after witnessing a fever dream in other save files about happiness decreasing. This was because my population also liked drinking as well. Bloody alcoholic bastards. bastards. Day 698, I built another pottery and a brewery to start this small-scale alcohol production on this little available space I had left. Finally, on day 699, the free land was ours, and I made sure to tax the hell out of their leather for more libraries. Day 700, once the tension stabilized, I did such that. If you enjoyed the video, please sure to leave a like and a comment if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. See ya!